Ladies and gentlemen, the academic procession is about to enter the hall. We will be singing the national anthem. The words are on page 11 on the program. Please be upstanding for the academic procession and remain standing for the national anthem. 女士们、先生们，请起立，请大学校长、副校长和学者进入殿内。同时，在演奏澳大利亚国歌时，请保持站立。欢迎您与我们一起颂唱国歌，歌词在你手册的第11页。谢谢。
I, Kevin John Scarce, Chancellor of the University of Adelaide, declare open this congregation convened for the purposes of presenting degrees. I'd like to welcome our distinguished guest, Dr. Paul Hethersay, Chief Executive of the South Australian Government Department of Energy and Mining, other distinguished guests, parents, loved ones, friends, and especially our graduates. A very warm welcome to Bonython Hall this afternoon. This hall was built in 1933 to 1936 from a £50,000 donation from Sir John Bonython. And it gives us a continuity between our graduates, from those of the old to today's graduates. And for today's graduates, I have no doubt that you share a sense of pride and satisfaction shared by your family and friends who've been instrumental in helping you to reach your goals this afternoon. Graduation days are also a day of reflection of what you've achieved over the past number of years. Hopefully, also a reflection on what those opportunities might be for the future. When we think about the future, I hope you remind yourself what a fortunate country we live in. Abundant natural resources, people who are hardworking, resilient and resourceful. Previous generations have laid the foundation for this success, and now you, our graduates, have the opportunity to make your contribution to the world. You have an opportunity to make the world part of what you want it to be. I can't imagine anything more exciting as you finish here at university today. I look forward to presenting your degrees shortly, but before doing so, I should acknowledge the traditional owners of the land upon which we are, the Kaurna people. They are also the lands upon which our campuses at North Terrace, Waite and Roseworthy are built. Before I present the degrees, I'd like to introduce today's orator. I have great pleasure in announcing Mr. Matt Kay. Matt joined Beach in 2016 as the Chief Executive Officer. He most recently served as the Executive General Manager, Strategy and Commercial at Oil Search, a position he held for 2 years. In that role, he was a member of the executive team and led the strategy, commercial, supply chain, economics, marketing, M&A and legal functions. Prior to Oil Search, Mr. Kay spent 12 years with Woodside Energy in various leadership roles, including Vice President of Corporate Development, General Manager of Production Planning, leading 80 operational professionals, a General Manager of Commercial for the Middle East and Africa. In these roles, Mr. Kay developed extensive leadership skills across LNG, pipeline gas, oil ventures, development in Australia and internationally. We are indeed privileged to have Matt here to speak to us today. Please welcome him.
To the Chancellor, Deputy Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor and President, distinguished guests, members of staff, graduates and guests. I think I've got everyone. Thank you for having me here with you today. In particular, I'd like to thank the graduates, their families and their supporters. This is your day. It's your celebration and I'm so happy for you. And if I can take a moment, can we give all the graduates an enormous round of applause, please? I'm honoured to be here. It's my hometown, my home university, a place that I will always be indebted to. If I could turn back the clock, I've been thinking about this for a little while, and talk to myself over 25 years ago, sitting as a graduate, what would I say? The first thing I came up with was to say, my friend, you need to cut that mullet hair that you have and get rid of the frosting at the front. Yes, I can't believe I've just told you all that, but it's true. But seriously, I'm here today to try and help somebody in the room to become the best person that you can be. And if there is only one person in the room that I can help on that journey, then I've had a great day today. I only have 5 messages for you in the next 10 minutes, and they're based on my experiences, my learnings, and a lot of mistakes along the way. So let's start with message number 1. To be the best you can possibly be, nothing is more important than lifelong learning. And I know as a graduate how much you don't want to hear that, having just been through an education program, but it's true. So I think back to myself sitting in that chair so many years ago, and there's only one word that could describe me at the time: clueless. Why? I didn't have the social skills ready for the workforce. I did economics and accounting because it was a short degree that I thought would lead to money pretty quickly. I didn't really have a passion, and I didn't know what my journey was or why I was doing it. The reason I say that is I'm sure there's some of you here today who are thinking the same. Am I on the right journey? Did I do the right course? I don't know where I'm going. So my message to you is that's okay, at least for a little while. And I've learnt many times over the years, and I've worked across around 15 countries now over the years, that learning is the key. It is the bloodline to your personal growth. Let me give you an example. About 15 years ago, I was working in West Africa near the Sahara Desert, and I was asked by a petroleum minister to share with his team the learnings around the international gas industry. And I'll never forget the day, standing in front of around 25 people in a boardroom, and as I was talking, I could see that the 20-odd people there had borrowed clothes. Jackets that came up to halfway up their arms. As I looked along the side of the table, nobody was wearing socks. And I realised then, learning was their chance to change their life. And I'm sure you're thinking, why are you telling me that? I've got socks on, I'm okay. But it doesn't matter where you sit in the hierarchy of human needs, the more you can learn along your path, in my opinion, the better you'll be. So what am I encouraging you to do here? Not to do more and more courses, encouraging to have an open mind, an inquisitive mind, the things that you don't currently understand, human behaviours, psychology, marketing, analysis, strategy, whatever the areas are, I encourage you to try and get a basic understanding of. And you'll be amazed at how you can use it. Message number 2. What do I think is most likely to stop you from being the best you can possibly be? And it's a terrible thing. It's right up in here. It's a thing called fear. Fear of failure, fear of embarrassment, we all have it. And it took a very long time, I've got to say, for me to overcome it. Again, I'll tell you a story of how I got there. I hope you don't have to go through the same thing. I hope you learn from it. So many years ago, a country I was working in had a coup d'etat, a military coup. And it was my role to go and negotiate with the new government. The way these things tend to work with a hostile military government is when negotiations get tense, some guns appear. It's not really a pretty thing, but I got through it, my team got through it, and what we learnt at the end of it was a massive life lesson. What we worry about, what we fear, are actually really minor things. They're nuisances. So I encourage you to try and overcome the fear. I encourage you to get past that point, set yourself enormous tasks, enormous goals, and I believe you will be the best you can be. Message number 3. We can't predict the future. It's impossible. What I can pretty much guarantee is that you will face major obstacles, major downturns, major problems. The country will, the world will, and unfortunately probably in your own life you will. And I thought, how can I help you here? And you're probably going to think this is not much help, but this is the best I can do. Just deal with it, is my message. Keep moving forward, just get over it. Again, my example would be sitting in your chairs more than 25 years ago. I came out of university in the recession that we had to have. What that meant was all of the roles for graduates in Australia, at least the ones that I could get, were gone. So the roles that I'd planned for, that I'd worked so hard for, were not available to me. So what did I do? I joined the South Australian Public Service. Nothing against the South Australian Public Service whatsoever, because it's one of the best things I ever did. I went into a graduate program, I got trained and I leapfrogged out and finished where I am today because of it. So my message to you all is find your own strength where you can. I think you will face recessions. I think you've got one coming pretty soon, frankly. You're going to face a lot of technological change, structural changes, speed bumps. But if you find your own resilience, and if you have the lifelong learning, you will have the defence mechanisms and the attack mechanisms to overcome it. Message number 4. We're moving on, we're getting there. Behave your best. I'm often asked, as a person who leads a company of 500 people, do we have things in our company that are not negotiable? And yes, we do. And one of them is repeated bad behaviours are not negotiable. So I would encourage you to think about that. It's quite a simple thing. There are lots of people who will want to support you in your life. And if you're trustworthy, if you're dedicated, if you're good-natured, you will be amazed at the flood of support you receive. But of course you'll make mistakes, and I've made plenty. And my advice again is, when you do, admit it, confess, apologise, move on, don't make the mistake again. The way I think about it now is think about the person you value the most in your life. Think that they are sitting on your shoulder every day seeing what you do. If you know that they're going to approve and agree with what you're about to do, 99 times out of 100, you're doing the right thing. It'll serve you well. Okay, we're down to number 5. And apologies for this one because I've stolen it from an idol, Charlie Munger, but it's a practical tool and I've used it a lot and still do, and I'm still learning every day, by the way. Invert your problems where you can. Look at them from the inverse angle. I've used it many times at the biggest challenges and problems I've faced, and it has been enormously helpful for me. So let's give an example of that. Let's say you're sitting here today and thinking, I actually want to create the most miserable life I possibly can. What would you do? Firstly, stop learning. You know everything. No need to learn anything else. Secondly, don't take any risks, ever. That sounds scary. Thirdly, when you're faced with something unexpected, a challenge, blame someone else, run and hide. Fourthly, don't be dependable, even likeable. And of course, lastly, never invert a problem. If you do all those things, I can guarantee you are going to have a spectacular and enjoyable life. So where does that leave us? I'm in my hometown. I'm in my home university. I think we're amongst friends. So my message to the graduates today is I know what path you will choose. I know that you want to be the best you can possibly be. Why would you have done the studies that you've already done if you did not want that in yourself? I know you've worked hard, and I know that you'll continue to work hard. I also know that you've got people around you who are here supporting you, and I know you're going to make them very, very proud. So I hope there's someone out there today that I've helped along your journey, along your path. Good luck. Go do great things. Thank you.
On behalf of the graduates and their families attending today's ceremony, I would like to thank Mr. Matt Kay for his stimulating and inspiring address. We are honored that you have taken the time to join us on this special day to share with us your thoughts and experiences. Your words of encouragement and advice are greatly appreciated. They remind us that education places an enduring responsibility upon each of us to make the best possible use of our talents and to contribute to the betterment of society in whatever way we can. Please join me in once again thanking Mr. Matt Kay.
I will now receive candidates for degrees. I call upon the Provost and Deputy Vice-Chancellor of Research.
Chancellor, I, Professor Mike Brooks, Provost and Deputy Vice-Chancellor of Research of the University of Adelaide, certify to you and the whole university that the graduates who will be presented to you have all fulfilled the conditions prescribed for admission to the award for which they are so presented.
I, Kevin John Skess, Chancellor of the University of Adelaide, by virtue of the power committed to me by the University, confirm that each graduate is admitted to the rank and privileges of a holder of the award in the University of Adelaide for which they are so presented. I call upon the Director of Research of the Adelaide Business School, Associate Professor Jodie Conduit, to present the graduates.
Chancellor, I, the Director of Research of the Adelaide Business School, Associate Professor Jodie Conduit, present to you the graduates from the Adelaide Business School. To the degree of Bachelor of Finance International, and also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Philip Andrew Dick. John Metavelis. Kai Yi Zhang. Xu Yan Zhang. To the degree of Bachelor of Finance, Kai Boon Ching. Zi Jun Fan. Fu Yin Leong. Michael Nitos. Giuliano Pisame. Chun Hyuk Sin. Wing Ho So. Xiangdong Soy. To Zan Hong Gary. Kai Ni Wong. Chen Shi Young, and Her Young. To the Graduate Certificate in Self-Managed Superannuation Funds, Neil Andrew Sparks. To the degree of Master of Wine Business, Jie Tung. And Shuhan Yu. To the degree of Master of Professional Accounting, Ai-Jie Chen. Peng Jiu Tsui. Shuang Hao. Nureldin Muhammad Idris. Qianjie Zhang. Li Baohui. Jia Li. Yutong Liu. Liu Genroy. Yachi Lu. Wenting Luo. Daniel Luke Pye. Hunting Sun. Jingjing Wan. Wanru Wang. Ying Wan. And Xia Yue Zheng. To the degree of Master of International Business, Zue Huyen An Dung. Michael Tarek Haddad. Huang Hue Nguyen. And Walter Lawrence Smith. To the degree of Master of Finance, Ben Teng Luo. To the degree of Master of Marketing, Alice Grace Bath. Edric Ko Wei Rong. Vanessa Amanda Jaruzelski. Angita Wijananda Nugraha. And Damayanti Razak. To the degree of Master of Commerce, Fazul Kabir. And Li Zhang. To the degree of Master of Business Administration, Martine Akhtar. Thomas Guy Birdseye. Stephen Enrico Boutigno. Thomas Gerzegurko. Aditi Kilnani. Corna Kotzi. Sean Anthony Jan Mant. Mercy Atieno Ulu. Damesh Rahman. Bradley James Ray. Bo Ribajalak. Nima Sherpa. Gail Louise Spark. Tan Yi Xiang. Kylie Ann Unwin. And Nicholas Frederick Wagner. To the degree of Master of Applied Finance, Wen Bo. Sir Yan Bu. Xiao Ding. Jian Du. Jia Che Gu. Xue Ting Gi. Xulin Liu. Shasha Mang. Jiang Hao Shu. Xiao Chen Yang. Bingjie Yu. Yibing Yu. Dongzhen Jai. And Chao Yu Zhang. To the degree of Master of Accounting and Marketing, Serman Chen. Zhong Hao Du. Siju Gore. Hualin Zhang. Mang Yao Li. Yi Li. Shaw Man. Takrim Mashfik. Yang Chao O. Ye Tien. Yu Chen Wang. Han Wen Xing. Ping Yen. Xin Ye Yen. Yi Yang. Yi Zhang. And Yao Zheng. To the degree of Master of Accounting and Finance, Hao Jiwing Chen. Chao Chu. Zhe Sui. Lu Dai. Jie Ding. Xin Dong. Yihua Du. Yue Du. Shao Jie Fu. Xiaonan Gan. Chen Gong. Le Jun Hua. Han Zhe Huang. Han Dan Jing. Shi Jin. Manly Le. Xiaoyi Le. Ting Li. Yunnan Li. Ziyi Li. Chi Liu. Ching Liu. Yang Liu. Yushin Liu. Gun Gun Lu. Hei Luo. Yu Chen Liu. Li Sha Na. Ni An Chi. Phuong An Nguyen Tran. Yue Chiu. Xin Run. Yue Shi. Dan Su. Ni Tang. Wang Di. Hao Tian Wong. Jindi Wong. Ruoqi Wong. Sha Wong. Xin Je Wong. Herming Wei. Yu Hong Wei. Pei Ling Wu. Yao Xiao. Mang Yu Shu. Yuqi Shu. Huawei Yang. Lu Ying Yang. Jen Yao. Hao Qing Ye. Lan Yu. Jeying Yu. Yu Jie Yuan. Chen Yue. Aili Zhang. Bo Zhang. Jianing Zhang. Junmei Zhang. Pang Zhang. Kimmel Zhang. Xiang Zhang. Xiaoman Zhang. Wei Zheng. Jun Zhou. And Yijan Fan. To the degree of Master of Accounting, Yasin Mohammadaki Yi Almaradan. Maram Saleh Balfakar. Wen Zheng He. Huyen T. Tan Nguyen. Mengye Jie. Li Shang Jin. Munira Kurban. Let Yen Liu. Yu Yang Tia. Shi Yu Wong. And Shenrong Wu. To the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, for a thesis entitled Educators in the Blender, Academics' Perspectives of Blended Learning and its Implementation in Australian University Faculties in Business, Dr. Claire Leonie Lewin. For a thesis entitled Systemic Indicators for Agricultural and Rural Communities in Developing Countries, Dr. Phuong T. Nguyen. For a thesis entitled The Role of the User in Accounting for SME Wine Businesses, Dr. Melanie Jane Redaway. For a thesis entitled Identification of Relevant Predictors of Loan Default Using the Elastic Net Model, Dr. Jessica Moon-hee Yee. Chancellor, this concludes the graduates from the Adelaide Business School.
Chancellor, I, Pro Vice Chancellor Entrepreneurship and Director of the Entrepreneurship, Commercialisation and Innovation Centre, Professor Noel Lindsay, present to you graduates from the Entrepreneurship, Commercialisation and Innovation Centre. To the degree of Bachelor of Innovation and Entrepreneurship, Constantine Adraskalis. Cheong Man Clement Chow. Lydia Desira Crawford Pope. Mardi Dali Rufard. Xanthe Madgwick. Luke John Milligan. Wei Chris Wang. Stephen John Wilshire. Hai Man Wong. Lewis Michael Wandenberg. John Ye. And Chan Zhou. To the Graduate Certificate in Applied Project Management, Leonie K. Neal. And Rachel Michelle Van Cruchen. To the degree of Master of Applied Project Management, Project Systems, Chi Kian Fung. Zhen Deng. Bigling Xia. Feng Yan. Jingwan Xiang Zhang. And Ran Zhou. To the degree of Master of Applied Project Management, Hua Bai. Satyathiran Gunanthiran. Jan Lee Mannix. Michael Lucas Nayadbala. Jamie Samantha Price. Yun Tong Chow. Zichong Tang. Raju Prasad Upadhyaya. Xin Hui Wang. Tony Yarrick. And Zi Ya. To the degree of Master of Applied Innovation and Entrepreneurship, Catherine Ann Bloom. To the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, for a thesis entitled Exploring Immigrant and Transnational Entrepreneurship in the Australia and China Context, Dr. Yu Chen. For a thesis entitled An Exploratory Study on How an Accelerator Program Influences Entrepreneurial Learning, Case of the Sri Lankan Government Accelerator, Dr. Manjula Disanayaka. And for a thesis entitled The Impact of Regional Supply Network Structure and Governance on the Resilience of Resource Extractive Regions, the Case of South Australia, Dr. Larissa Janadyevna Statsenko. Chancellor, this concludes the graduates from the Entrepreneurship, Commercialisation and Innovation Centre.
Chancellor, I, Head of the School of Economics, Professor Gareth Miles, present to you graduates from the School of Economics. To the degree of Bachelor of Economics, Lincoln James Bennett. Z.Y. Perry Chu. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of International Studies, Jasmine Emma Douglas. Nathan Patrick Dunshay. Also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Finance, Chi Anna Lu. Joshua William MacLeod. Soraya Pradhan. Adam James Rybensky. Anik Daniel Saharudin. And also receiving the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Eun Min Woo. To the degree of Bachelor of Economics, Advanced, Eleanor K. Ridings. To the degree of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled Essays in Econometrics with Applications to Social Networks, Dr. Robert Christopher Garrard. For a thesis entitled Three Essays on First Price Auctions with Independent Private Values, Dr. Ye Han. And for a thesis entitled Bayesian Estimation of Monetary DSGE Models and Testing for Indeterminacy, Dr. Kazi G.M. Ziol Hook. Chancellor, this now concludes the presentation of graduates from the School of Economics.
Chancellor, I, Executive Director of the Center for Global Food and Resources, Professor Wendy Umberger, present to you the graduates from the Center for Global Food and Resources. To the degree of Master of Global Food and Agricultural Business, Mei Li Chen. Min Gu. Adrian John. Attilio Militerno. Chancellor, this now concludes the presentation of graduates from the Center for Global Food and Resources. Thank you.
Chancellor, I, Senior International Trade Law Counsellor of the Institute for International Trade, Mr. Keith Wilson, present to you graduates from the Institute for International Trade. To the degree of Master of International Trade and Development, Awa Ani Chibikwa. and Paul Lee. Chancellor, this now concludes the presentation of graduates from the Institute for International Trade and for this ceremony.
I'm very pleased to present Gail Louise Spark, who was presented this afternoon with the Master of Business Administration. Gail will now give the valedictory address on behalf of the cohort of graduates who were presented with their awards this afternoon. Gail.
Chancellor, Rear Admiral Honourable Kevin Skirse, Provost and Deputy Vice-Chancellor Research, Professor Mike Brooks, and Orator, Mr. Matt Kay. I welcome and acknowledge the families and friends here to celebrate with us today, but all those who have been there to lean on along our journey. Whether it was a colleague for a beer to procrastinate an exam cram, your parents that cooked you a nutritious meal before you raced off to work on a group assignment, or for me, mother's group friends and my sister for their babysitting services. Most importantly, the warmest of congratulations to my fellow graduates today. The grit you have demonstrated is a testament to you. I am humbled to speak to so many talented and inspiring individuals. Now, you may have noticed the recent hype in the media attempting to devalue our university degrees. Education is not a transaction. Degree plus experience equals job equals success. But love and joy is not a transaction either. Freedom is not. My experience at the University of Adelaide is a case study of its value. The value to you may be different, but I'm confident that it also is precious. When I decided to embark on my master's, I felt as though I was making an incredibly selfish choice. I was a single parent to a joyful, terribly cute 2-year-old boy. How could I be sacrificing time with him that could be used to nurture him, to provide for him, and to satisfy his every need? And anyone who's been around a 2-year-old, they can be quite demanding. I reflect back to feeling like I didn't know who I was anymore. I had lost my identity. I had defined myself for so many years as being a corporate lawyer with a passion for travel. And here I was a mother, not really sure how to do the parenting gig, and I'd lost my deepest connection with somebody. I was grieving, but I also carried a deep sense of shame of having a broken marriage and disappointment that after all the due diligence, commitment, and hard work, that my life was not rolling out as planned. I was preoccupied with my failure, my despair. I had forgotten how to grow, how to learn. I love the line from Rumi, "The wound is the place where the light enters you." Although I didn't know it at the time, that decision to commit to my journey of my MBA was the greatest gift I could give to myself. It has been monumental. I had returned to the university with the expectations that I would gain knowledge in multidisciplines so that I wouldn't feel like such an imposter in my career. You know, a toolbox I could rip out a reference to NPV or EBITDA in a meeting. What I did not predict is that my time at the Adelaide Business School would change me as a person. The value of education is that it made me more self-aware, more aware of others, and also my impact on others. For example, that my striving for perfectionism trait would sometimes cross the line into controlling behaviours that restricted others and their opportunity to soar. Or maybe that my nurturing side was pulling me back from challenging others and my colleagues to avoid them feeling uncomfortable. by being open and vulnerable to learning, vulnerable to challenging assumptions, perceptions, vulnerable to failing, there was a shift in my mindset. My focus shifted from the anxiety, the fear, the worry, the doubt, and I opened up to the wonder, the possibilities, to hope. Learning ignites curiosity within us, and curiosity is what pushes the boundaries, drives us, and innovates us. It drives us to shift our world. It gives us the courage to take risks and to explore. I've gained so much in self-belief in my capabilities and how I can influence the business world, but also the people around me. You may recall my mentioning my passion for travel. Well, the MBA has reignited that passion. I have used my own experience, my own wound, to identify a market need for holidays and travel for sole parent families. The market research conducted in my social enterprise project and how it has been received has given me the confidence to take a risk and invest in a startup. I have the opportunity to positively influence and affect the well-being and life satisfaction of families and parents. It gives me hope, it gives me excitement for the future. Well, my wound is where my light has entered. Parents Flying Solo will be launching soon and aims to facilitate other parents to soar in their lives as I have through my education experience. So graduates, be open, be vulnerable, sit in the discomfort, sit in the uncertainty. Keep that curiosity alight and take those risks. And I will leave you, at much to my son's delight, with this piece from Peter Pan. There is freedom waiting for you on the breezes of the sky, and you ask, what if I fall? Oh, but my darling, what if you fly?
Thank you, Gail. We'll now draw to close the ceremony this afternoon, and finally, again, to congratulate our graduates. Be proud of what you've achieved, and remember those who've helped you on this journey. I wish you every success in this next exciting phase of both your life and your career. As graduates of the University of Adelaide, you are its alumni and ambassadors. Over the years since the university was established, its alumni has made enormous contributions both here in Australia and overseas. And today, you join 150,000 alumni located in 80 countries throughout the globe. I'd like to take the opportunity to thank our mace bearer, Larissa, and also our valedictorian, Gail, and all those who've participated in today's ceremony. I also want to acknowledge the important contribution that staff and the professoriate make to this educational institution. Without their work, there certainly wouldn't be our graduates here this week. So I'd like to acknowledge and thank them for their work. Right, can all the graduates remain seated? The rest of the audience rise, and once again, with me, congratulate our graduates. With the audience remain standing, the graduates now rise for the academic recession. I now declare this congregation adjourned.